What's up, guys? My name is Eddie and I'm your new host for Combative. So for those of you who know, I did compete to be the host for Weapon Wednesdays, but Modern Ninja took the crown on that one, and congrats to him. And so Kyle offered me a good opportunity where I got to host Combative and showcase the weapon side of Combative. So without further ado, let's get into the first episode of Into the Armory. So today I'm going to be showcasing three awesome weapons: the Black OTF Knuckle Knife, the Spring-Loaded Expandable Baton, and the Tactical Trailing Point Karambit. All three weapons are genuinely amazing in their own league, so let's get to it. First up is a spring-loaded expandable baton. It's pretty cool. It's pretty, you can feel how durable it is, and it's easy to put in. I know that it's used in a lot of tactical situations. And of course, depending on your state, hold on. It's just really windy today. And of course, depending on your state, you can have it in your car for emergency purposes, or obviously in your house in case there's an intruder and you don't really want to cut him with more lethal weapons. But I do like it. It's nice and shiny. It's got a nice weight to it, and the grip is a honeycomb grip, so I like it. It's really nice, but the color texture is nice. You can feel the quality on it. It's a nice baton. It's cool. I like it. So the spring-loaded expandable baton comes with a honeycomb rubberized grip, wrist strap, so in case you're swinging it won't go flying out, glass breaker, which comes in the tip right here. You can see it. So aside from being a glass breaker, it could also be used as an additional weapon, right? It's got a safety lock, so you don't accidentally release it in your pocket, or when you're looking at it, you hurt yourself. It's got a steel shaft that has been heat treated to be extremely durable, which is great because if you're going to be hitting a lot of things with it, you want it to last as long as possible. The overall length is approximately 20 inches and a half, and the length close is about 9 inches and a half. It weighs approximately 1 pound and 3 ounces. But aside from that, beautiful weapon, beautiful feel. You've got to check your local laws before getting it, because this is, even though it's not lethal, can be if used in a lethal way, but you can still hurt yourself if you don't know how to use it. So that's very important. Next is the Tactical Trailing Point Karambit. Honestly, from all the knives that I have, the Karambit is one of my favorites to use, just because it is one of the most well-renowned knives out there. One of the sharpest, one of the deadliest, especially if it's a recurve. It's not automatic, so you have to press the button and flip it open, but it's very elegant and nice to hold. As you can see, it's got a nice handle, a nice grip, so you don't lose. It feels like it's meant to be in my hands, and that's what you want. You want to make sure that you have full control of the knife in whatever situation you're in. So the Tactical Trailing Point Karambit comes in matte black G10 scales. It comes with an ergonomic grip, which is what I had explained. So that menacing look that you see on it, it's a false blade. I love it. I've always been a fan of the Karambits and the way they look, very aggressive. That's just my style. So, I mean, it's a very useful style of Karambit, and I like it a lot. So the blade, which is the most important part, it's made out of 444C, which is a stainless steel that has a higher carbon than a regular 440 stainless steel. This means it's harder, it'll last longer, the edge has longer retention. The overall length approximately is 8 inches open, right? It's 5 closed, and the blade length itself is 3 inches. So it's got a good length. I mean, size of my hand is usually what I go for when it comes to karambits. And the weight, of course, is 5.4 ounces. So you get really good It's not too heavy, it's not too light, and it feels really durable. So if you're a karambit kind of person, highly recommend this one. But of course, always check your state laws. So best for last, at least in my opinion, took this one out of the box when it arrived, and I absolutely love it. I love the way it feels, I love the way it looks, and I love the grip texture of it, everything. So this one is the Black OTF Knuckle Knife. It comes in a tactical nylon pouch, which is really high quality. You can keep it, in your pocket. It's a very tactical feel to it. Again, it's got the glass breaker. It's just matte black. It's got this amazing grip that I love. It's just an amazing feel to it. And the cool part is the switchblade. Up to, knuckle dusters. I mean, that is in itself, and the way it comes out is, wow. I can play with it all day. OTF stands for out the front knife, which means that the automatic knife that can eject the blade is less than 3/4 of a second. That's fast. It's just really, if you're up against someone with knuckle dusters, and you're like, okay, I can take them on, right? The game has changed. I'm gonna say this a lot, and it's very important. Check your local laws. Not only is it considered an OTF knife, but also trench knife and brass knuckles. It's got an aluminum frame with a rubberized grip, which is really comfortable. Spikes on the knuckles for extra damage. Yeah, that cracked it. The blade is made from a D2 steel, which is known for being very wear resistant and durable. It's got a tanto grip, and pretty much fit any finger size. I got big fingers, so it still gives me that extra space in there, which is nice, because you want that. The manufacturer provides a limited lifetime warranty, which is great, because if you're the type of person that loves to take care of their weapons as much as I do, you really do want that. It goes a long way. It's just it's very hard to come across a very beautiful, dynamic knuckle duster such as this that's also a switchblade. You don't see that very often. About 9 inches, right? That's great. That's a great length for a switchblade. That's also a knuckle duster. With the blade in is 5 inches, which again for the knuckle duster is great. And then the blade itself is approximately 3 inches. So again, another great length for a blade. This one definitely goes in a lot easier than the karambit, but that's because this one is really made to just get in there. After all, it is a trench knife and got some weight backing it up. You'd have to put so much effort into it. So you can tell this is a really high quality knife because you punctured it all the way through, and this is pretty hard pumpkin. It didn't swipe back up. Some automatic knives will, fail on you. Man, and it's really hard to take out. But this one, oh yeah. And then of course, when you're done, all you gotta do is put it in your pouch, put it in your pocket, whichever pocket you have, and walk away from whatever it is that you're doing. All right, guys, so that's it for today's episode of Combative. I hope you guys enjoyed this showcase. They will get better over time. I just gotta get used to all these different weapons. For example, I did cut myself with the karambit just so you guys can see that it is extremely sharp and dangerous. I didn't cut myself on purpose, but it does happen to the best of us. I gotta say, the baton, it's still very cool to have. And then my favorite by far is the Tactical Trench OTF knife, which is just phenomenal. It's really cool. It's really well made. I really like that about it. When it comes out, it does a nice little puncture, not deep, but significant damage. It's just as sharp as the karambit, but I'll tell you this, it is easier for insertion. That's why I use pumpkins, because it showcases just how sharp or the damage of death it can, each weapon can have. I cut myself, I cut the pumpkin. This one, you have to learn how to use it. It'll still do damage. And then, of course, I just like it. It's so satisfying. I don't know.
So I absolutely love the way these weapons feel. You have full control over them. You can manage how to use them. They're easy to learn. They're affordable. They're high quality. They're easy to maintain. And on top of that, they feel good in the grasp of your hand.
Also, it's really important to realize that I am a trained professional when it comes to handling dangerous weapons. And although these do look really cool, at the end of the day, they are weapons and they can be very dangerous. They can cut you. So always be wary of what weapons you guys are handling.
All right, guys, so that's it for the first episode of Into the Armory. I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I know I did. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and when you comment below which one of these 3 beautiful weapons is your favorite and why. And like my friend Kyle always says, until next time, stay awesome.